Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be doing, let me bring the camera down just a little bit. Today we're going to be doing the art I consumed video today because it is the end of the month and we definitely watched a lot of good things this month, and I'm excited to share that. And yeah, so let's get into it. We're gonna start off with the music portion. So the first thing that I can say that I listened to, like off the bat, like that I can remember, is I listened to Proud by Grace VanderWaal, and she is soon going to be putting out her album called Child Star, and I am very excited about that. I'm gonna see when it comes out because I don't remember myself, so I want to look this up. And I can just say that Proud is an incredible song, and I don't know, like there's just something about it that, like, if like you've been listening to Grace, like her evolution throughout her making her music, I feel like now it's just like she has found her voice, and this is what she's going, like this is what era she's going to right now, and it's an incredible era to be in and to witness. And also, speaking of witness, this is like pretty cool. I'm pretty proud to be a witness to the most amazing deluxe of an album and musical short film I've ever watched ever is Brighter Days Ahead by Ariana Grande. I watched and listened to this, and I can just tell you that it was the most beautiful thing I've ever watched. I was literally crying the whole entire time I was watching that short film, and there's literally no words that I can just say except for that was the most beautiful thing I've ever watched in the history of musical short films by like singers. I feel like there's only like a few artists who have done like musical short film, and I guess like nowadays like it's literally a story, like their whole thing is it's telling a story, and then she just made it into a short film, and it was literally so beautiful. Like, and she put like her memories and like just like moments in time for her and literally showed it on camera, and I was like, these are not even my memories, but I feel those deeply, and I was literally bawling the whole time and feeling the feelings. So yeah, like it was a pretty crazy moment that I just loved. I loved listening to those. And I also like this is not a new artist per se, but it's a new artist for me. I started listening to David, which is like D4VD, and that's how it's spelled. And I've been listening to his music, and I really like it. I'm definitely gonna continue listening to his music, and yeah, and like obviously I am like still listening to my French rap, hip hop rap music that I always listening to this month, and I listened to that last month, and yeah. yeah, I've been just trying to get back into listening to French music, and with French music, that is the kind of music that I like. Which in America, it's very interesting because I don't like hip hop and rap in like American hip hop and rap, but I like it French hip hop and rap mostly because like I don't know like actually, but it's pretty interesting, you know. So yeah, because like it's like I like it when it's French, but I don't like it when it's in English. So that's pretty interesting. And I've been listening to also I've been trying to listen to some pretty cool artists as well. I've been listening to Jimi Hendrix, and I was also listening to what's her name? Joan something. Joan, what is her name? I can't remember. Hold on. Is it Joan? Oh, Joni Mitchell, that's what her name is. Joni Mitchell. Yeah, I've been listening to her. And yeah, I think that is it. Oh yeah, I've been listening to the deluxe album of Brat, and like just like the regular one too, of Brat. I've been like really getting into like Charlie XCX. Like I've always listened to Charlie XCX, but I've never like actively listened to her music before, and I love Brat. It's so good. And of course, I've been listening to like Addison Rae like a lot, like her song that just came out. What's it called again? Uh Fashion something. It's called Fashion something, I don't remember. But yeah, I've been listening to that a lot. And also Aquamarine and oh, it's called High Fashion. Aquamarine and High Fashion I've been listening to a lot. Yeah, her music is really good, and I don't care what anybody else says, like her music is really good, and she's on her way to becoming a major pop star. So yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna look at new releases so I can like kind of see like what's there. But yeah. So because I need to like look, and my guess, okay, so my guess on Brighter Days Ahead, which songs I would like, were Dandelion and what was the other one? Oh yeah, Twilight Zone. And I actually like, I think that my prediction was right. Like I definitely love Dandelion. It's bringing back like I think it's giving like Thank You Next like era. I think either Thank You Next or I don't know, but yeah, that's what like Dandelion is giving, is Thank You Next era, I think. And then Hampstead is literally so good. I was not expecting to like it as much, but it's really good. I loved Hampstead. So yeah, and then let's see what else. Oh yeah, Selena Gomez and Lenny Blanco like put out like a new album, but I have not listened to it. I've only like listened to like one of their songs, and it was like their first, like it was like one of the first music videos that they released, and I did listen to that. So yeah, that's the only one, and I don't know what it's called. I don't remember. But I liked it. I liked it. I don't know. We'll see if I listen to the album next month. But yeah, I haven't listened to it yet. I will though, cause I do like Selena Gomez music, but I like yeah, like I have never really been like what is her fan base called? I don't know what her fan base is called, but I've never really been a fan of anybody in specific. When like she was like really popping up and like she was going on like stage and like she was performing and stuff, I was never really like a huge what is her fan base called? I don't even know. But yeah, I guess I was listening. I don't even know like I guess I was listening to so many different artists at that time. I don't even know like an artist that I was specifically listening to at that time. So that she was like I guess it was like 2015, 2016. I don't even know who I was listening to because like at that time I was listening to radio stuff because at that time I didn't have an iPad, I didn't have a phone. So yeah, so I didn't I whatever I was listening to on the radio. So I didn't really know like her music like that. So anyway, and the only like artist that I was like really like I was like really fascinated with rock music but and alternative music, but I never like when I finally got an iPad again because at that time like my iPad was broken, so I could not like I didn't have an iPad for years until I have this one right here. So yeah, so I didn't have an iPad or a phone until like 2018. So yeah, so because I had because I had my phone when I was 14. Was I 14? Yeah, I was 14. I got my first phone ever. And yeah, and then I got my iPad when I was 16. So yeah, I'm like really like bringing it back. Like I have to like remember like these things. Like oh my gosh, cause like yeah, cause I got my phone in the second semester of my freshman year, so that's why I remember. Cause I got a phone for my birthday, and I remember, or was it It was either Christmas or my birthday. I think it was Christmas actually, because I remember. Okay, I remember because I think it was Christmas because I remember they were talking about like, oh, I really really want a phone for Christmas, and they were like, and I was gonna get one at the Walmart, and they were like, no no no, don't get that, maybe next time. And I was bummed out because I really really wanted a phone because everybody had a phone, and well, I did have a phone, but it was like not really a real one, like not one that I could use. I only could like call people on it, and yeah, like there was like rules with the phone. So yeah, I can only like call people on it, but I like used it to watch YouTube sometimes too. And but anyway, so yeah, and then Christmas, opening gifts, and what do I see? I see a yellow iPhone XR under the tree. So yeah, and my first phone was an iPhone, which is pretty crazy because a lot of people's first phone is not like real phone, because I feel like at the time like people's like phones like was like razors and I forget the other one, and stuff. Like people had like razors and there was like another type of phone, but yeah, and like there was like a slidey phone, and yeah, and there was like the flip phone, but yeah, so yeah, that's but I had like a touch screen one, but it was not like, it was like one of those like phones, weird phones. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here, so let me get back. Let's bring it back. So yes, so we're gonna talk about movies that I watched this month now, because yeah, I'm gonna pull up my letterbox for this. So yes, and also one thing that I have to mention is that I am actually currently watching Anora right now. So yeah, I haven't finished it. Like literally right after this video, I'm gonna continue to watch Anora, and maybe I'll put my thoughts in my next art I consumed video. Yeah, my thoughts right now is that it's okay for right now. Like nothing's really happening. So yeah, I don't know what I was expecting it to be, but yeah, like I feel like nothing's really happening right now. Like, so yeah, like like I don't know. Okay, so hold on. Okay, hold on. I have to bring it back and pull up my stuff. Okay, so okay, I'm like trying to get comfortable, but also like make sure that I'm like good. But yes, so the first movie I watched was Paddington in Peru, and I really enjoyed this movie. And this movie, I really liked it, but I feel like it could have used a little bit more comedy, and I feel like all the rest of the Paddington movies are really funny, but this one wasn't that funny, and it could have used more comedy. So that's what I would say about it. But I really did enjoy myself watching this movie, and yeah, I went with my brother and watched it. I think he liked it too. But yeah, this one was, I don't know. It was not my favorite Paddington movie. My favorite is actually the first one. I don't know. There's just something about like the first movies that hit. Sometimes the sequel can really get you, but I think the first movie was phenomenal. It was great. So yeah, and then I watched Dr. Dolittle with Eddie Murphy, not the one with Robert Downey Jr. I love this movie so much. I don't know why I love this movie. This is like a childhood favorite. Growing up, like this movie, I don't know, like I love like movies with like magical thing, even if it wasn't like fantasy. Like I love like magical aspects to movies. Like if you think of like the Tooth Fairy with like The Rock, think I can't, like now I'm like I can't even think of like movies that like had like a magical aspect to it. I don't even know. But yeah, the Dr. Lujula, he can speak to the animals. So yeah, like that's the magical aspect to it. Like Nanny McPhee, that's another good one. I love Nanny McPhee. What other movies like have like that are like realistic, like real people? I know like these are real people, but like I'm talking about like real life people. If that makes any sense. Like modern time. Like modern time people that have like magical aspect. I don't know. I can't think of any right now. But yeah. um Even though this is not really a magical movie, I'm like looking at my movies and I would say like um I would say 13 going on 30, that's like magical kind of, because the like they're like you if you like you know the movie, and maybe like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, because I don't like it doesn't really have like magic, but like there's a magical aspect to the pants, the jeans. Well, I should say jeans because they're not pants, but they're jeans. But that wouldn't make a good title, I don't think. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Jeans, like that doesn't sound as good as the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, but yeah, I love movies like that. And this is just like a movie that I just wanted to watch because I enjoyed watching this movie. Like I've watched this movie so many times, but I just love that movie. I wanted to see it again. And then I watched Mickey 17, and this movie I was really excited to see what this movie was about because I did not watch the trailer, and I tried to stay away from any sneak peeks or little looks or first looks of the film. So I didn't really know much. All I saw was like promo and like interviews with the cast of the movie. So I didn't really know what the movie was about. All I knew was that they were in space and that Mickey like becomes alive over and over again. That's all I really knew. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I didn't really know anything else. But I did like it. It's I would definitely say it's not a movie for everyone. There was like points where I was just I'm like this movie could be better, but I don't know how like what they would have to put in it to make it a little bit better. I think there just needed to be something, I don't know, there just needed something more to make this movie a little bit more good. And I also felt like the comedy in the movie, like it wasn't like, I wish there was like more comedy in there, because I felt like the funny parts of the movie like weren't that funny. And yeah, like I did not hear the theater laugh once, and I was not laughing either. Like there wasn't like really anything that really like can make me say that this is an extraordinary movie. So yeah, and that's honestly a bummer, but I did like it, but it wasn't the best movie I've ever seen. So yeah. And then I watched Lilo and Stitch, which is a classic Disney film, you guys know. Um, and I just watched this movie because I wanted to prep for the new live action of Lilo and Stitch. And yeah, like I just like I honestly just wanted to like see it, and I loved watching Lilo and Stitch. And yeah, it's like it's such a good enjoyable movie, and I'm so glad that I watched this movie. Hold on, I'm gonna bring the camera over here because I'm like I'm like, this is my staring and I'm not even looking at the camera. So let me just move the camera. Yeah, let me move the camera a bit because why am I over here and I am staring over here? So yeah, so so I really liked Lilo and Stitch, and yeah, it was just a fun, enjoyable movie. And then I watched Princess and the Frog. Um and yeah, that was a fun movie. And oh my gosh, that one scene, if you guys know, you know, like, oh my gosh, Ray, oh my gosh, like that just like, he is literally my favorite character in that movie. Like, oh my gosh, he is just, oh my gosh, he made me cry. Like, like why they gotta do me like that? Why they gotta do Ray like that? Like, oh my gosh, like that was so sad. Um, so yeah, and then I watched Iron Man, and yeah, and I really enjoyed that. I forgot like what Iron Man, like his like origin and beginning was, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to watch Iron Man. I don't even remember the last time that I watched it, so I was like, I'm gonna watch Iron Man today. And yeah, so I watched it and I really enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed it. And like Tony Stark and Penny Potts, just amazing. They're an amazing duo. And then I watched Kung Fu Panda, and that movie is so funny. I loved it. I definitely like, I like, my family like has a physical copy of it, but I want to get one for myself because I already know I'm gonna want, I want this movie. I want this movie for myself because this movie is so funny. It's so good. I love the story. I love the plot of the movie, and yeah, and like I love the message that it kind of sends. And for this to be like a movie from like, when was this released? Like 2008? Yeah, this movie was released in 2008. It had a great message. And yeah, like for this to be a kids movie, kids family movie, whatever, this movie is wonderful. And I feel like me being 20, like I find like these like movies like this, and like the movies that they made like in the period of 2000 to I'm gonna say like 2012 or 2013, like were literally the best kids to family movies ever made. And then there are some good ones from 2015, especially 2015. Like, oh my gosh, like they really did something with Frozen. That's when Frozen came out, I think. So I love Frozen. So yeah, like DreamWorks, Pixar, and Disney, like they really did something with those movies. Like, oh my gosh, loved it. And then I watched The Last Holiday. I don't know why it's not on my hmm. I don't know why it's not there, but anyway, I watched The Last Holiday, and then Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It was like kind of like a Christmas, kind of like Christmas New Year's type movie that like you watch during the winter time, basically. I really liked that one. And then the last thing that I watched was Brighter Days Ahead by Ariana Grande. It was written and directed by her and some other person. I don't know who the director who the other director was. Hold on, I'm gonna look for you guys. Brighter Days Ahead. Okay, so it was directed by Christian Bressler and Ariana Grande, and yeah, this was literally one of the best, one of the best musical short film I've ever seen. Watched. I loved it. And I feel like a lot, like I feel like now that she's like done Wicked and she's done this album, I feel like now we're gonna see a new era of her music, and maybe in more in film, and maybe she'll do something in theater, I don't know. But yeah, like I can't wait to see what Ariana does next, because the stuff that she's doing right now is incredible. So yeah, like it's really cool to see what she's doing, and this was just amazing. So yeah, and now we're gonna get to the books, because I have been yapping a lot about the movies, so now we're gonna get into the books. So let's see. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm like pulling it up right now. It's March, okay. Oh, okay. So, first book is, oh, why did it do that? I don't know. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the first book what I read this month was Ella Enchanted, and it's by Gail Carson Levine, and I gave this book 4 stars, and I really liked it. It's definitely a book that I want to get, and you know, because I don't know if I talked about this, I probably did, and I'm probably gonna repeat myself, but as you guys know, I want to start getting, like, even though I'm not even gonna have kids anytime soon, I want to get books and movies for my future children. I think that's so cool and so smart. And I've seen like a few people do it on social media, so I want to do too. And yeah, and I was like, oh, this would be so fun. So I definitely want to have this in there, so my kid can read this book, because I think it's a really good book about, you know, consent, but it's also a book, it's a really entertaining book. So yeah, and it's fun. It was a fun read, and it's very short too, so it's not that bad. And then I didn't feel good about rating this, so I did not rate it, but I read The House of My Mother, A Daughter's Quest for Freedom by Sherry Frank. And it's basically, if you guys remember, 8 Passengers, basically like a memoir about her life and the situation that was going on in her life, and kind of like seeing kind of the behind the scenes of what was going on behind 8 Passengers, and you know, like her experience of what she was dealing with and what was going on. in her life. So yeah, I really liked it. I just didn't feel like I just didn't feel good about rating it, because I feel like for certain memoirs, like that's just not I just didn't feel good about rating like a story like this. So yeah, and I also like I watched Eight Passengers, so I know like the stuff going on, like, and I saw like all the stuff about like how Eight Passengers was going downhill and like slowly stopped posting. And then we saw like her mom, Sherry's mom, and Jodie like have like the connections thing. I was like, what is this? And I saw like their videos, and I was like, this advice is terrible. Like, who follows this type of advice? And yeah, it was just weird. And then we get information that some stuff was going on, and then Ruby and Jodie get arrested. So that's like everything, like just to see that and like going on in like in real time was a crazy time. So yeah, and it was a crazy time. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. Anyway, but then I read Shirley, and I gave that 3 stars. I thought I would like it more because I really, really loved Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And I'm not even going to lie. It was not a bad book. It wasn't anything like crazy, but I just didn't like it as much as I liked her other book. I definitely am going to read her other books. I think she has 2 other books or something. I think she has Villette and something else. I'm not sure what it is though. Hold on, let me see if it's gonna be here. Yeah, so she has Villette, and then she has a book called The Professor, and she has a book called Tales of Agria or something like that. So I have not read those ones yet, but I'm excited to read those. And then I still need to read Anne Bronte's books because I haven't read her books yet. So yeah, I need to read Agnes Grey, and then I need to read her other book, like Tenet of Wildfell Hall. So yeah, my foot hurts because I was sitting on it. Anyway, but yeah, I need to read those books. But yeah, I want to read Villette. I think I would like that one. I don't remember what it was about though, but I think I would like it. And then I read The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. I finally read that. I gave that book 5 stars. I love Britney Spears, and just seeing her story kind of just like I honestly had no idea this was going on. And like I did like see some stuff, and I was like, oh, like what is this, what's going on? And I was like honestly just confused. And then we see like, and then I remembered like this moment, this era of time, and everyone was like free Britney and like all this stuff with her conservatorship, and her finally getting free from her conservatorship. And you know, just seeing a more happier Britney was really good. And yeah, and also to see like the stuff that was going on like was pretty crazy to see. And like how, and it's really crazy like how like people like shame women, like famous women, like for just existing, like so yeah, like Oh my gosh. And then I didn't read this book. This must be wrong. Anyway, I didn't read this. I didn't read this. Okay. Oh, I have, but I didn't read it this month. Anyway, then I read The Wild Child by Mary Jo Putney, and I give that 3 stars. And this is the first book in the Bride trilogy, and it's like she's like kind of like a kind of disclosed person because she went through a lot of trauma, and she kind of just like was closed off to everybody, and she didn't talk to anybody. So yeah, she was like kind of like mute. And yeah, and one day, what's his name? Dominic, I think. What's his name? Yeah. Dominic, like his brother was supposed to marry Mariel, but he was like, I have something to do, so please just go in my place. And by the way, they're twins. Kyle and Dominic are twins, and yeah, so basically they just did the switcheroo, and yeah, and he went into Kyle's place, and then Mariel and Dominic fell in love with each other, and kind of showed her that like I'm not my brother, but I'm not my brother, and she could kind of tell that he was different, and yeah, it was just really good, the romance. And then I read The Rom-Com Agenda by Jane Denker, and I gave that 3 stars. I was not really feeling it, but I was like, I want to finish this book, but I'm just not feeling this book. It was not really the best romance book I've ever read, and wasn't not like it, even though it says it's a rom-com agenda, don't be fooled, it's not a rom-com. There's like barely any funny points, and like also I just don't like how, like, what's his name again? His name? Eli? What's his name? Yeah, I think his name is Eli. Yeah. So yeah. So it's like a romance between Leah and Eli, and basically Eli, his girlfriends breaks up with each other after like 3 or 4 months with each other, and then yeah, because he proposed and she said no, and then his like ex flew to Italy. She was like, I have stuff to do, like I'm going somewhere. and like and she was like, whoa, like this is just too much, like no. And yeah, then he's like all bummed out about it, and like months go by, and they're like, his family was just tired of it, and they were like, you know what, let's give him makeover. And yeah, and like he's like the type of person who doesn't even watch movies, so he watches like over the span of, I don't even know, is it weeks? I don't know, it's either weeks or months, I don't know, but over the course of weeks or months, let's say, he is doing this makeover thing and like trying to look and be a better person for when his ex comes back, so he can win her over. And Leah ends up getting into the mix, and she's like, he doesn't really need a makeover, he's fine the way he is. And yeah, and then they just end up falling in love with each other. And I feel, I don't know, I just did not like the way that Eli's family handled his makeover, because I feel like Leo was right. He didn't need a makeover. Like, maybe like get him like a few clothes or pieces, but make him understand that he doesn't need all this stuff. Like, he's already great as he is. There's literally nothing to change. Make him understand that he is great. And if his ex-girlfriend didn't see that before, then she doesn't deserve him. And yeah, like it just doesn't make any sense, like the way that his family was handling this situation. And yeah, I really did not like that. But yeah, I like Leah though. She was fine. And then I read The Outsiders finally, by S.C. Hinton, and I gave this a 4 stars. I really liked this. It kind of, I didn't watch the show, but I did watch the trailer and I have seen clips of the show. It really reminded me of Outer Banks, and like just like the a lot of the characters like just reminded me of like the characters in this book. And I think the show was based off of this book, because it's very similar to this book. So I think that's what this that show was based off of. Anyway, I really enjoyed that. I think that Ponyboy and what is his name? The one that he was like friends with, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny and Ponyboy. Cool characters right there. Soda Pop and Derry and all that stuff, and like the greasers and whatever. And yeah, I really like this book, and I definitely this is another book that I'm trying to get on my shelf. I found it, I just need to buy it. So one of these days I will end up getting this. But yeah, I don't like know what to say about this book. I guess like this is a book that like people in school read in school. Yeah, like I didn't read this at all in school, so it was like fun to, it's also just really fun to read books that I never read in school, because I was always the one who was reading something else from my friends in school. Like if I was like reading this book or whatever, my friends were reading something completely different. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, why were we reading like different things? I guess like because we have like different teachers, but like I would have guessed that we would have at least read the same book. I don't know. I don't think I've ever read the same books as my friends in school. That's actually pretty crazy. Man. And then I read A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. And I gave this book a 4 stars, but I would say that the movie is better than the book. I don't know. I guess there's like the book and the movie are kind of different. Like they did different things in the movie than it is in the book, but I like the movie better than the book, if that makes sense. But yeah. And then I read Yours actually, which is the second book in the Only Yours series. I think there's 5 books, and I'm currently reading the 3rd book right now. But that's by Nina Levine, and I gave this book a 3 stars. Let me just say, I liked the book, but honestly, I don't know what it was. I don't like the couple. I don't know why, but I just don't like the couple. I wanted to, but I just like, I don't know, towards the end I was just like, I don't really like the couple. I don't know, like, I feel like they didn't really have any chemistry. Like, yeah, they're besties, but like, they didn't really have any chemistry. And they didn't really have, like, yeah, like, they had banter, but it wasn't like great banter. Like, you know those, like, certain books that have incredible banter? Like, I wanted that from them, and they weren't giving that. And yeah, like, I don't know, like, it was just like they're besties, and then automatically one day they're just like together. And I know I wanted them to be together, but like, when they finally got together, I was like, I don't know. it was just not what I was hoping the relationship to be. And yeah, and I don't know, I just didn't like it that much. And then I read The China Bride by Majo Putney, and I give this 3 stars, and this is the 2nd book in the Bride trilogy, and I really like this too. Yeah. And then this one is the book about Kyle. I am hopefully going to read the 3rd book soon. But yeah, this is the one with Kyle and, what is her name? Trolf or something like that. I don't know. Where is her name? Yeah, her name is Trolf, and like, she is half Chinese, half Scottish. Yeah, she's half Scottish because her dad is from Scotland and her mom is Chinese. So yeah, she's half, and she's always dealt with the kind of pressure of like, who am I, because like, I have to be this way in China because this is like I have to be Chinese, and I can't be anything else. And a part of that, I also have to act like a man, because did they ever explain why she has to act like a man? I don't know. If they did, I don't remember, but yeah, she had to act like a man in China, and yeah, like, that was like really weird. I don't know why she had to do that. But yeah, and then also, like, I don't understand, like, and when I was reading it, I was really confused because I didn't know the POV, and I didn't I couldn't, like, I don't know, like, I didn't know like what was happening half the time. And then once it got to this, like, the like last half and the last bit, I was like, oh, okay, here we go, it's finally getting in order. But like, the first like good chunk of it, I was like, who is talking right now? I don't know, like, who is talking and what's going on. Like, I don't know. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, like, that's pretty crazy. And yeah, anyway, that's all I have for this month and the month of March. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. I don't even know what that is or when it's gonna be, but I hope you're there and you sit and stay to enjoy it. And I hope you guys like this video, and please subscribe to my channel. And like, if you subscribe to my channel, make sure you hit the bell so you guys can be notified when I post my next video and other videos to come. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.